The United States has set a critical date, April 2nd, 2025. This Liberation Day, as it's been dubbed, marks the planned implementation of new reciprocal tariffs. These tariffs are designed to be a wake-up call for trading partners, particularly those seen as imposing unfair burdens on American businesses. The key mechanism is reciprocity. The tariffs levied by the U.S. will directly mirror the tariffs imposed by its trading partners on American goods. This means that if a country has high tariffs on U.S. products, they can expect equally high tariffs on their own exports to the U.S. market. The goal is clear: to pressure countries into lowering their trade barriers and creating a more level playing field for American companies. However, the potential consequences are far-reaching and could significantly impact global trade flows. The upcoming meeting on April 2nd will be a crucial moment for many nations, especially those with high existing tariffs. The decisions made during this meeting have the potential to reshape trade relations and impact economies worldwide. India finds itself in a precarious position. Known for its historically high average tariff rates, India is firmly on the U.S. radar. The country has often been criticized for its protectionist policies, which are seen as hindering American exports. In recent years, India has been actively engaged in negotiations to reduce its tariffs, partly in anticipation of potential U.S. action. The goal is to strike a balance between protecting domestic industries and fostering a more open trade environment. The stakes are high, as the U.S. and India are aiming for a substantial $500 billion in bilateral trade by 2030. Achieving this ambitious target would require a significant easing of trade barriers on both sides. Yet, the looming threat of reciprocal tariffs hangs heavy over these negotiations. India's response to the U.S. pressure will be crucial in determining the future trajectory of its trade relationship with the U.S. The outcome will also have significant implications for the Indian economy and its position in the global trade landscape. The potential impact of the U.S. tariffs on India is widespread, with several key sectors facing significant risks. Steel and aluminum, industries already subject to global trade tensions, are particularly vulnerable. India, a major producer of these metals, could see its exports to the U.S. severely curtailed, impacting jobs and economic growth. The agricultural sector, another pillar of the Indian economy, is also in the crosshairs. American tariffs on Indian agricultural products could disrupt supply chains and impact the livelihoods of millions of farmers. Beyond these specific sectors, the overall uncertainty surrounding the tariff situation is likely to fuel market volatility in India. This uncertainty can deter investment, disrupt business planning, and negatively impact consumer confidence. The potential for a trade war between the two economic giants casts a long shadow, threatening to undermine the hard-won economic progress made by both nations. In the face of these challenges, Indian companies are faced with the urgent need to adapt. Diversifying supply chains away from the U.S. market will be crucial to mitigate the impact of potential tariffs. Exploring new markets and strengthening trade ties with other nations will be essential to ensure continued growth and stability. This diversification will require strategic planning and investment to establish new partnerships and navigate unfamiliar regulatory landscapes. At the government level, policy adjustments will be necessary to support industries adversely affected by the tariffs. Providing financial assistance, easing regulatory burdens, and investing in infrastructure can help cushion the blow and maintain competitiveness. The Indian government will need to strike a delicate balance between protecting its domestic industries and fostering a more open trade environment. The decisions made in response to the U.S. tariff policy will have profound and lasting impacts on India's economic future.